Thank you very much. Um, I have not been part of the trial and could not attend the last board meeting also. But this is the first meeting that I'm attending. But I'm very excited to see the stakeholders that are gathered here, including our colleagues from the government who are part of now today they are representing. So I very much feel the most important thing is standardization in the entire ecosystem. As we were listening to the different sizes of batteries, the different types of charging infrastructures which are not interoperable. That is something that the whole industry need to look in. The other thing is, of course, the commercial part of it. It has to work in every. We are a business entity. We are a public sector, and we look into whether it'll be commercially viable or not. That exercise you're already doing. We take the cost of everything together and see what are the numbers that will come, and finally whether it will be economically viable or not. So that is, I think, the second point. Very important is that everybody together has to work out the costing and see how the revenue share will finally happen between the different stakeholders. We as public sector, as you have already said, though we are from broadcast industry, but we have been dealing with different technologies, and therefore we diversified into various technology. And the green energy, I'm actually passionate about it. That's why we are into it, because I feel this is one of the most important priorities that we today have. When we are not able to breathe in few days, few months in Delhi, or we see our children or grandchildren getting sick because of the pollution which is around, we are moved to see that how we can make the country, the Delhi and NCR and the country and the world a better place to live in. That is where I come from. I want to be part of the ecosystem because we have to do it. There is no choice because we live here and this is lifeline for us. So we all have to get together and also see that, okay, it has to be economically viable, because otherwise it will not run for too long a time. So whether it is government, we as a public sector, when we become part of the ecosystem, it helps the ecosystem in a manner that whether it is NHI, whether it is the state government, whether it is the municipalities, wherever there is an asset which has to be leased out, it is much easier to lease it out to a government entity, and the entire ecosystem can be stitched around a public sector, which is much simpler than the government ministries to directly get into business. So a public sector is a business entity, so it is very easy to commercially work with them, and with a small percentage of project management fee or consultancy fee, we can be part of the ecosystem. That will help things to happen quickly. The agreements can be signed very quickly. We just want that, as you've already working out, let a neutral body, work out the different costing, and it is vetted by a neutral body where everybody knows that, okay, this is the cost for this. And so the entire ecosystem, the revenue share can be worked out. So we need evaluators, we need people, who can work out the, revenue models. And with that, the whole ecosystem is going to work in the future. So once again, I go with the feelings and thoughts of what Panigray said, from IIT Delhi, that, we have to do it, and it will be a cooperative, it's a cooperation, it's a collaboration between various stakeholders to make it happen. So I am very sure that there is no looking back. There is no other way than to go green. And as he rightly said, we also keep our eye on one thing, that whether there is next level of technology which is near the horizon coming in the next few years, so that we do not invest too much into a system which may be taken over by another technology in the next 3-4 years time. So we must have that long horizon to look at 5 to 10 years timeline. Whatever infrastructure that we are building, that will be good for today, and it will be scalable for tomorrow, and will be adapted into a newer technology. The same infrastructure can be used for the newer technologies in the days to come. So I think this is what we must have the vision while we are working on the entire ecosystem, that it should be future ready as well. Thank you very much.